Okay, guys, I haven't done an online interview in a while, but it takes a special person for me to get out to Zoom. He's obviously not in the country. I've been chasing him for a while, so I'm really honored and pleasured to speak to former Kaizer Chiefs co-coach Khalil Ben Youssef. Obviously, it's been now a week or two since you've parted ways with Chiefs after the expiry of your contract. Just firstly, thank you for taking your time to speak to me. Just how's things been now since leaving Chiefs? Now that you've thought about it, the emotions are now lower. How did you react to it, and everything in between over this past 2 weeks?
Thank you so much. Really, it's a pleasure to be with you also. I know last few time I was a little bit busy last 2 weeks. I'm moving back to my country, so I had a lot of things to finish it. So for that, I wasn't available to do it. Now I'm back home, and like I promised I did with you. I said the first time that the first moment that I will be available immediately, I will make this interview. So yes, I think to be part of Kaizer Chiefs for 2 years is a big experience, is a lot of emotion inside. The characteristic of Kaizer Chiefs that you feel like you are really in your family. So it's not like different club. I have been with more than 12 or 13 club. But really special when you leave the country, when you leave the team first, when you leave people that you have been with them for 2 years, every single day you meet with them more than you meet with your family. And then after 2 years, that's part of our job. You have to leave. I have to say thank you for everybody there from the village, from the security guy in the gate until the chairman. Really, they treat us from the first day until the last day very nice. They was always supporting us. They was always behind us. Big thanks for Amakhosi family, for the fans. If I show you my Instagram or my WhatsApp or my Facebook, the only thing I decide to don't reply because if I start to reply, I have to reply to everybody. And if I want to reply, so I have to make like agent to take care about that. I swear I had more than 2,000, 3,000 messages in my Instagram. So here I will take the time to say thank you for everyone. Thank you for the message. Thank you for the great message. We try to do our best. We try to win the trophy. Yeah. So I said, I think everyone in the country, coaches, supporter, journalists, all they agree that the result in this season it's a huge improvement, and that's a little bit the pressure coming from outside and the question why the decision to don't continue with the coaches and with the technical staff. That was confirmed for us, the improvement, the result, the stats. And like I said, we try to do our best. And I think that this season, one of the best, it was one of the best season during the last 10 years.
On that note, there was a famous or viral press conference that your co-coach did, Coach Cedric, about the data and about the stats. You weren't
Yeah,
part there because obviously one week you would do it, and the next week Cedric would do it. On that
yeah.
data, he didn't go in much depth, but from after the season was finished and you look back at everything, and what the data spoke to you, do you feel that it showed enough for you to continue? In my assumption, probably because you and Cedric are linked with clubs in the PSL now. But what did the data speak to you moving forward?
If you remember in this period, it was we are coming back from Almas Azamar game. We
Yeah.
was out of the Confederation Cup.
Yes.
We played 7 games in 21 days. It was all of them away game. And then the team mentally was tired, and we expect that we'll had drop because, like I said, there is no one team in the year or in the world that he can be consistent or during all the season. So what we try to do, and we try to say always as a coaches, how we can increase, make it more big, the period that you are winning and you are performing, and when we are in bad moments,
Consistency.
how we can, yeah, how we can
Mm.
make it short, then the team come back. So we expect this drop of results. But always, I want to say something. When you come as an assistant coach or as not a head coach, any position, everyone in the country or the team, they will say always look at you like you are not good enough to be as a head coach for the team. So in this meeting, it was during all the season, the performance was good. Everyone is speaking about the performance of the team, and just two lose or three lose, it was in this moment. And you remember this moment, everyone was asking to remove the co-coaches, to remove the technical staff. We need another coach. So the purpose of this meeting, it was to like to check people. You are destroying your team. You can't just for one or two results come, no, we have to destroy everything and to rebuild again. It's moment. We have to be in this moment. We have to be together, because when you analyze 2 months, 3 months, 4 months the performance of the team. It's not just for 2 games, 1 month the result was not there, You try to put pressure, and the football is there is a lot of things from outside coming, so people they are following. So just there is agent, there is other coaches, there is a lot of people they interfere. So they want Kaizer Chiefs to remove the co-coaches, then it will be open for the other people to come to work. So they was putting a lot of pressure from outside, and unfortunately a lot of people they are following this process, this moment. For us it was just to say, hey people, you have to wake up. We are not bad. It's moment. We will come back. We are sure about the team. We are sure about us. We are sure about the performance. From the beginning, I think the first meeting I did with the player, I said the target this season is to finish top three. And
So, yeah, before we were interrupted, guys, we're just having some technical issues with the internet. Before you interrupted, you were speaking about, you know, not having respect, like, as an assistant coach, obviously, some people will call you interns, some people will say you're translators and things like that. But obviously, you were referring to the difficult period that you guys went through and how, things shouldn't be ripped up apart after three bad results, for example, because that's what happened.
yeah. So, like I said, for you, it was the great moment for a lot of people. It was 2 moments in the season, because there is a lot of people that are waiting for us to not succeed. For them, it was like challenge from the first day that the team appoint us as a co-coach. So this kind of person, they was always saying, no, they are not the good people. No, they can't help the team. So, and during the season, the performance was there, result was there. So them, they was little bit frustrated about the situation, waiting for the moment just to make a drop to result to say, you see, we told that they are not the good people for this job. And like I said, it was 2 moments. Well, the first moment it was when we make this we lost these 4 games, and the second it's in the same moment, but it was in the derby. So in the derby, because it was even me, I said that it was disaster, because it was no performance, no result, nothing in this game. So like I said, for you, it was in this Orlando Pirates game. People, there was they was forced in this game. You see, they are not good enough, and they can't help the team, and we can't stay with them, and we will need to change. We need to change. Uh, like I said, but what we can say for that in this moment, coming from big teams, coming from a team like Kaizer Chiefs, we had a lot of support from starting from the chairman, Kaiser Junior, Gerald, the manager, all the people in the village. They was fully behind us, because people they know the job, they know that what we are doing, they know the performance of the team, they know everything.
Yeah, so look, I mean, there's a question that I cannot avoid, and I'm sure that needs to be addressed moving forward, going for your future and everybody involved. There was, a suggestion that when you and Cedric Kazi took over, that you betrayed Coach Nabi. Um, it was a word that was thrown around a lot, and nobody quite understands like how was the betrayal potentially seen as when he had resigned, that you should have resigned and continued with him for his potential next project, given the fact that, for example, you know, you he arrives with the Cruz, Khalil Ben Youssef, Cedric Kazi, and now potentially in the next
No,
season.
no, Cedric. Wait, Cedric wasn't with us. We come
Yeah,
me and him and Fernando with Majdi and Elias.
yeah.
Then Fernando da Cruz decided to come back to Morocco to join the Federation of Morocco. Do you hear me? To come back to the Federation of Morocco. So he came back in August, I remember, and we was 2 months without second assistant coach. Then in October, Cedric joined us. But like I said, the question I think you give me the question, you give me answer. The decision it was coming from Coach Nabi to he decided to resign. So, and like it was really discussion. The only three people that they knows really the reality of what's going on. It was Mr. Kaiser Jr., Coach Nabi, and Cedric, because every meeting they had together, they in this moment. If you remember, just to come back, it was the accident of the wife of Coach Nabi. Then he traveled back to Tunisia for 1 month. We took in charge the team for the 3 games. In this moment, a lot of people they try to push us to say that we are doing the jobs, not Coach Nabi, and you was part of I think all the post-match interview. And always we was honest and direct. We said that we are together. It's coming from Coach Nabi, the plan of the game, and we are working together. It's not Khalil and Cedric. They are preparing. It's all the technical stuff. Then when he came back after 1 month, it was fast in 2 weeks, and it was like I said, decision coming from him that he decided to resign. He said for them that he want to leave the team. So the answer is there. So how you want to resign, and then you said no. People they said no. It's Khalil and Cedric did that and that. I have been with him for 3 seasons. I have been with him in Young Africans. I have been with him in Asfar Rabat. I have been with him last year also with the Young Africans. So if I was bad, like some people they said, so why you bring me with you every time? And anyway, it was a moment of the season, like I said, but there is people in the village that can confirm what's going on. I prefer to don't discuss a lot about this subject. From my side, I know that from the first day until the last day, I was more than honest with him. I helped him a lot, and he know that. But like I said, if people they want to say no, we did, it's for them. And there is people in the village they know all the story and they know everything.
For those who don't know your history, you worked as an analyst with Coach Nabi at Yanga, and at AS4 you were, let's say, you got a promotion from an analyst to an assistant coach, if I'm not mistaken.
No, no, no,
Were you
no.
an
You are
analyst
mistaken.
at Were you an analyst
You
at
are mistaken.
AS4?
No, you are mistaken. I will give you the truth. So I was analyst from 2010 until 2017, working with one of the best coaches in Tunisia, Jalal Qadri. He's now the coach of Al Hazm in Saudi Arabia, in Dawri Al Mumtaz, the first league in Saudi Arabia. I was with him in Saudi Arabia. I was with him in Emirates. I was with him in Al Ahly. In 2017, we went to Al Adala team or 18. Then I start to be assistant coach. But like I said, me, I'm as assistant coach until now. Last year, this season, I was in charge of the team, but also I'm an analyst because from the analyzing the game and everything, you can understand the idea and you can get idea. Until now, before you called me, I was in with laptop. I was working one of the game of national team last game against Belgium. So analyst, it's part of my life. For me, I try even when I watch game, I try to analyze. So I download the game, I try to make analysis defensively, what's going on, what's the news. Because football, if you don't follow day by day what's going on, you will lose a lot of things. So you have to follow. And to understand properly the new model game or the new idea and the football, you have to analyze. Like I said, in 2017, I started as assistant coach, but like I said, I keep always working as an analyst. 2018 assistant coach. Then in African club, one of the biggest team in Tunisia, was assistant coach 2020 and 21. Then when I reached Young Africans with coach Nabi, I was same. I was assistant coach and I was analyst, both of them. And he was there, you remember and everything. So then I went with him in Young Africans in Asfar Rabat. But like I said, from Asfar Rabat, I didn't do the job because before I was in charge of both jobs. So I make the analyze, I present and everything, and I work in the pitch as assistant coach.
Okay.
From Asfar Rabat, African club, then Asfar Rabat, only in Young Africans I continue because in Young Africans there was without analyst.
Okay.
So I took in charge the job. In as far about we have our analyst, and is one of the best analysts I think in Africa. He's with the national team of Morocco now in World Cup. Then he took in charge the job analyst. I still work with him, but he was the analyst of the team. And in Kaizer Chiefs we had also three great analysts, Mark, Yush, and Von. And you can ask them. I think you are close to them. You can ask them. Even last year and this year, I was analyst with them. I work. We download together. We discuss. We debate together. For me, like I said, people they try to always to say no. He's analyst. Is for me anything, any kind of job because you are technical staff. When something about the analyst, you have to analyze all the technical stuff. They have to make the analysis of the team. If fitness coach, you have to be in charge of all the technical stuff. They have to be as a fitness coach. So it's more about work together. It's not about there is who is in charge of the job, but all of us we need to help. So if it is physical work, the fitness coach is in charge, but all technical staff they are fitness coach in this moment. If analyzing games, so the analysts they prepare, but it's not only the analysts, all the technical staff they have to watch to prepare properly the video, to analyze properly the game. And because just to give you a small idea, you will watch 4 games or 4 games, so it means more than 45 40 150 minutes, and you have to make video maximum of 5 minutes to discuss about everything about this team. So you need to choose properly the clips. So for that, I think that it's work of everybody. It's not only the analysts. They have to make the job or the assistant coach, all the technical stuff. That's my point of view about that.
Going on to the next one. So yeah, you've clarified your history in the game from moving from an analysis from the analysis department to the technical team as a coach and as an assistant coach. So where did the ambition and when did that ambition come from to become a head coach? And I'm sure that is quite clear now going into 2026, 2027. That's where you want to be now.
I think the ambition it was no one in the football department. If you are second analyst, you want to be the first analyst. If you are analyst and you had the ambition to be coach, so you want to be as assistant coach. Same. So it's the life. It's moment in the life. I think I have been, like I said, more than 15 years experience in as an analyst, as an assistant coach, as a second assistant coach, as a first assistant coach. And in some moments you feel like you have your own idea, and it's difficult to continue. There is second other kind of people that for them it's to be an assistant coach it's enough, and they want always to stay as a assistant coach because it's the difference between assistant coach and head coach is the decision. When you are head coach, you are in charge to take the decision, not like as assistant coach. You are more protected. You are more in the second rank, so you don't have a lot of pressure. Finally, you have to advise, and is for the head coach, sorry, to take the decision. For me, no, I don't have this kind of mentality. I take my responsibility even with Coach Nabi when I was assistant. I feel like I'm with him full support, and really I want to take the decision with him. I'm not the kind of people just from the jeep. I give my advice and stay. No, I try always to help, and I feel the stress with him. So I think now, because when you start also as a head coach, you can't. It's difficult to come back. It's difficult, not impossible, because if you had opportunity with national team or one of the biggest team with one great coach that you can continue to learn from him and to continue to increase your idea and everything, I think I'm still open for that also. Uh, so that's it. Always I'm thinking about project, about when I finish with this season, I had a lot of agents calling about project, but always I want to discuss about the project before the position, before everything. If there is clear project for the team, people they want to make a real project and to continue to work. Uh, and depending of the position, I'm interesting. But if just to take a job and to work, I'm not the kind of people just to work. I prefer to stay 1 or 2 years without working than to find just job and to work without project, without nothing. So you have problem with the voice. I not hear you.
Yeah, so sorry about that. Coach Cedric's now linked with another club. You linked with another club. What was your relationship like for that period of being interim coaches at Chiefs? And given the circumstances that you guys did so well together, what was the discussion to say, okay, maybe if we're going forward, we will have separate projects, for example?
The idea about co-coach, I didn't know before. For 15 years, I didn't hear about being co-coach, because all the world you don't hear about co-coach, you hear only about head coach and assistant coach. Last year, I remember with Amazulu, this is the first time I saw with Coach Arthur, it's co-coach. Then I started to ask, and even me, it was difficult to understand. So finally, decision they have to take. So who will take the decision? Because it's two coaches. So if this coach prefer this fullback right and the other coach prefer the second one, finally they have to decide. So which one will decide? Then when the team decided the season to go after Coach Nabi to give us the job and as a co-coach, uh, after 2 days or 3 days, we had meeting, me and Coach Cedric. I think it was very, very, very interesting and very important, this meeting, to clarify everything, because for both of us it was not clear. So and it was coming from his side, and he said we have to meet, we discuss. He said, listen, in the paper we are when we will have not problem, but misunderstood or something that we challenge together, your decision it will be the first decision, and we continue forward. So, and I think it was more than clear. I think 7 months or 8 months together, preparing training session together, preparing the plan of the game together, preparing the game, during the game, the substitution and everything. We was all of us together. Uh, Sometimes, like I said, we debate about substitution or about training session, but to be honest, it was we didn't had any problem during the season. It was always fluent. We had always the same idea. We had always the same idea. We had always the same thinking about the game and the plan, everything. And in some moment that we disagree, not we disagree, but if each one of us had his opportunity, it was my decision that we continue with.
But
But
why?
like I said,
Yeah.
it was moment in South Africa to be co-coach. We can't continue as a co-coach. It's always about head coach and assistant coach. It's one he will take full responsibility, and one he needs to be behind him and to support him. Like I said, it was moment decision because we are under contract and the team decide to make this decision. And continuing forward, it was clear. Even if we will work together again, it will be one of us assistant coach and the second one assistant coach, not as a co-coach.
Your arrival at the club, there was a couple of players, particularly Brandon Peterson, Zita Quinica, um, that just went to a different level in terms of their performances and consistency, particularly this season. What changed with those two players, firstly? And secondly, are there other players at Chiefs with talent that fans or media perhaps say is not good enough for Chiefs that you feel could also have that sort of improvement like Peterson? Because I mean, look, Cross, my boy, Brandon were all in the preliminary squad. Only Cross made it, but at certain points, Peterson was saying people were saying he should leave. At certain points, they said Cross was not good enough for Chiefs. At certain points, they said Zita must leave, and now he's got back-to-back contract renewals, and he became a very important player, if not the captain at some point. You know what I mean? So, firstly, how did these guys improve? And secondly, are there other players in that Chiefs squad who you feel, it's just a matter of time before they also get to that level?
I will take your question in two parts. I will start with the first part. When we start the job here, there is a lot of player, like you said, people they are saying no, they have to release, they have to go out from the team. I will give some example, not a lot of them. It was about Solomon, it was about Zita, it was about there is a lot of few players, but when we come to the team, it's you try to analyze properly the quality of the player, because player is technically, tactically, and physically and mentally. That's 4 points that you have to think about. And we think that it was mentally problem for all of them with tactically problem, because mentality was there. They want to play for the team. Technically, they was able to play for the team. They have the quality to play for the team. But the problem it was about tactic and about mental problem, how they prepare, how they keep consistency. And it was the two part that we discuss about, and we work a lot about that. When we come to the team, I think it was we don't have any player in Bafana. Even to discuss about why we don't have player, I'm with Coach Bros. There is any player who deserves to play. Then in the season, if you remember, people they start to say the improvement is coming from the recruitment, but that's we didn't do big recruitment. When I mean big recruitment, is a big recruitment for big player with big salary, big transfer. I think the recruitment, if you remember, we discussed about that. We bring Moniani and Mako from Orlando Pirates, but without they was without contract. Both of them they didn't play. Ndlovu and Maboya from Super Sport, and you remember team he was fighting until last moment to stay about relegation. And I think last year no one did talk about Maboya and Ndlovu or they deserve to be in the national team or about the quality. We bring Villaby and Bartman from Cape Town, Spur from the second Motsepe League, and it's talent player but still young. They are not ready to really to play with the team. We bring Silva from India, I think, or league.
Indonesia.
So Indonesia league. So I think because people they start to think the improvement it's coming from the recruitment, and if you check all the games that we played, there is 7 player. They played almost all the games. As a fullback right, it was Solomon, center back Miguel and Zita, or Miguel and Aiden. Kroos as a fullback left, Puli Moody in the left side, Lilepo in the right side, Chabalala as a playmaker. We start with Ox, with Mshini. Then when Ox had injury, we played with my boy. Mshini was 70% always starting the game, and Silva as a striker. So if you see the squad, it was only 2 player, new player, they came to the team. It was my boy and
Lilepo.
my boy and Silva Straklela. Lilepo from last year, he was playing with us. So the
Mm.
improvement this season, it's about the work. It's about we improve the quality of the player. If you remember 3 games ago, before the end of the season, in the press conference, you asked me about which player you expect to be in Bafana, and I told you about 4 players that I expect to be in the squad of Bafana. It was Peterson, Bradley Cross, Maboy, and Muniani, and I think they deserve to be in this in the list. There was in the preliminary list. Then unfortunately, only Bradley Cross was in the final list, and we was close to the player. We was so close to the player. So every press conference, every meeting with the player, I try always to say only one thing: how you can be in the final list of Bafana. Bafana, that's our target because we know that's okay, ambition, and we want to win the league. That's part. But to be realistic, I think it was clear that's the big fight. It will be between Orlando and Sundowns about the league, and it will be tough for us to be part of this fight. So our objective it was for this player how we can handle more than 4 or 5 players in the preliminary list, and I was so happy when they shared the preliminary list and we had these 4 players. And like I said, Maboya last season is not Maboya this season. Bradley Cross, I think when he won, was in Golden Arrow. Even last year, people there was always discussing about Bradley Cross is not good enough to play with Bafana with Kaizer Chiefs. We need
Chiefs.
to bring, yeah, we need to bring fullback left. But he showed that with the work, with the ambition that he had in his mind, with his mentality, that he deserved to be in the team. Moniani same. Peterson with the work, the hard work they did with Coach Elias Mzouri during the season, him, Bruce, Fiatli. I think the improvement of this player because when for 5, 6 years you are not you play in the team and you are not performing and you are not part of Bafana, and in 1 or 2 years you change everything, your performance is there, you are part of the team. So there is some credits. I think it's some credit that you have to give for the people there was behind the scene, the technical staff that was behind this player, to support them, to improve them, to help them to find the right image of this player because they had a lot of potential, and there was only in moment need someone to help them to be really ready 100% to be part of the Bafana.
Based on the squad that you've worked with now, you look at them. What are the positives going into next season for them? This current squad that you worked with at Chiefs, and for the next coach, presumably it's Fernando de Cruz. How far is Chiefs away from Pirates and Sundowns realistically?
Always we had this kind of discussion with the board. I think from my point of view that because there is 2 idea to win the league is 2 idea. The first idea is let's take it like that. It's the idea of Sundowns. You bring the best player in the league, you bring the most expensive player, the best player outside, and like that you expect to win because you had the best squad. The second idea, it's the mixed. It's between this idea and the other idea. It's Orlando Pirates. Consistency, same model game. You bring coaches, but they follow the model game that's it's inside. Same player, I think. Orlando Pirates last 2 3 years, you see the same squad, you see the same player every couple of game, and also they are able to make recruitment, not a lot of money, but a good player. Always they succeed in the recruitment. The third solution, it's Kaizer Chiefs solution, that's to bring young player, to bring player that they have the potential, but they need time to be able to perform and everything. And in this kind of project, you need a lot of time. It's about 4 or 5 years with the same model game, with the same project. You have to continue to the process to work. After 5, 6 years, you will be able to compete because if you see the difference or the gap between Sundowns, Orlando Pirates, and Kaizer Chiefs last 5 years, I think the gap was big, and the team is not ready properly to compete. The only solution is to bring 3 or 4 player, quality player, that they can give you the right performance and to help the team to win a lot of games and to compete. Uh, from my perspective, I think the team is still far to compete for the PSL and even for the Confederation Cup. It is tough. Next season, if the team can stay in the top four, not top three, the top four, I think it will be good performance from coach Fernando da Cruz. That and I know he's one of the best coaches also in Africa. In Confederation Cup, same if they can reach the quarter final, it will be also big result. That's realistic. But then always the ambition, you are a big team, you are Kaizer Chiefs, so every season you need to win trophy. There is Carling Cup, MTN 8, and Netbank. And you know that this kind of competition, any team he can win. This season Durban won Netbank, last season Magesi won Carling Cup. So you are able to win this trophy. But for the league and for the Confederation Cup, the team is not ready to win.
But is Coach Fernando a continuation of the game model and project? Because you're saying that that's what's needed.
This question only Coach Fernando can answer about.
Okay, but from
I don't know.
what you've
Yeah,
seen from him in the
yeah,
past.
yeah, the same. It's the same. He was before us in Asfar Rabat. It was the same model game, and we continue the same model game. The only problem that when we meet in Morocco, because you remember when I was finishing my CAF A, so Fernando was in instructor in the Federation of Morocco, and the project in Morocco. It's about more 4-3-3. It's about not 4-2-3-1. It's about some difference between us and them, how they make the offensive animation, how they defend also. So there is some difference. So I don't know Fernando from last 2 years in Federation of Morocco or Fernando from before. But the only thing that I know that Fernando is one of the people that he is always following the new model game, following the news in the football. He watch a lot. He's one of the people that always updated. He know what's going on, and he had a lot of idea in his mind. And really, I appreciate him.
If I may ask, there was a lot of how can I say, there was a lot of accusations towards you and Coach Kaze to say that you favored Lilepo. And when he was having a bad performance, he was never dropped. He played the most games. Um, what do you guys say to that? I think he was the probably the biggest investment the club made during your period there. So Lilepo, like as a player, was he giving everything that you needed from him? Was he playing his role correctly? That he was undroppable, for example? What was the situation with him?
I don't know from where it's coming this kind of accusation, but there is a lot of games that we make substitution and we put Orlando Lilepo out. Uh, Finally, football is stats. It's not about you like or you don't like. Because unfortunately in South Africa, people they think only about they are emotional. So me, if I like, for example, Peterson good or not good, Peterson must play. Uh, People they don't know what's going on in the training session. They don't know nothing about the performance in the training session. They don't know nothing about physically the player. How is him? Medical situation. They don't know. For them, every game, if you play even everyday game, this player because he want to play. They want him to play. I think for Lilepo, there is stats. There is number of goals he scored. There is number of assists he made. And from my point of view, Lilepo one of the best player in the team, and he was one of the most impact player in the team. So there is some player that any moment you expect that he can score or give you assist, and Lilepo is this kind of player. Him, Shabalala, these two player, I think it's crucial that to be always playing, and even if they are not performing very well, always you expect from them to do something for the team. It's not like other player that when they are not performing well or when they are not good enough in the training session, you can't expect from them to do something in the game. But Lilepo, Shabalala, like I said, in any moment they can score. In any moment they can give you assist.
It's funny because then that same argument that you favor one player for another is completely opposite, because then they also say you favored an academy player like Shabalala over Chislett. You know what I mean? Where they said you favored Lilepo over academy players, for example. So just on that, briefly, Chislett,
To give you
Shinga.
ju-
Mm,
before we start, DDC player, because also one time I wrote that the coach of DDC, he said that we are not giving chance enough for the DDC player,
sure.
and I feel like it was a little bit of disrespect for the team and for us. But now I'm out of the team, so I will get time to answer. How many players from the DDC was part of the team? Naledi played the first two games. Tulani played two in a Confederation Cup. Tulani played. Aiden McCarthy, Shabalala, Vilakazi, Duba. So we have six players from DDC. Give me one team in the world, not in South Africa, using six players from the DDC, and then he can answer. But like I said, unfortunately in South Africa, people like to disrespect people. That's what I feel. People, they like to disrespect, they like to say only bad thing. But because if you are part of the team and you saw the work and you saw how many players from the DDC, we finished the season last game. Keeper, it was Matlab, Takalani. Paku, midfielder, was on the bench. Eight or player or nine playing from the DDC playing for the first team. And you are in
Mm.
one of the biggest team in South Africa, and compare yourself with Orlando and Sundowns. How many DDC player they played, and you will understand the truth.
Look, I mean, for that reason, Chislett, Shinga, um, Igodaro, these guys who never really got to see them. Why? What was the issue with them, specifically Chislett and Shinga? Because there was a lot of excitement about them. We know Etiosa suffered a lot of injury issues, so for him, I'll rather ask: is can he make a big difference next season if he's fit? And then the other two, why didn't they play much this season?
Uh, Igador, it was only injury problem.
Mm,
But he's very, very good striker. And if he was fit with this season, I think a lot of games we must win. And unfortunately, he was not able to play. For Chislett, I will give you just one question. We had three playmakers. We had Chabalala, we had Chislett, we had Sirino. Finally, you have to choose one to start, one to be in the bench, and one, unfortunately, will be out of the squad. I was during all the year this season. You decide Chabalala start, even in the bench, press conference, where is Sirino, coach? Why Sirino is not in the team? You put Ethan out, why Ethan is out? So it was always tricky situation, and we can't find a solution for that. Last thing, it was about only performance. Like I said, when you asked me about Lilepo, I said Shabalala. From our perspective, from our point of view, coming from the training session, coming from the VQ with Shabalala last year, we feel like Shabalala deserves to play. And Cirino, regarding his experience, regarding his because Cirino out of football is the kind of player that he help a lot with experience. He's have good energy, always good vibe. He's not the kind of player that you put him in the bench or out of squad that he will come to make to create problem or to be problem. No, he's the player that is the team come before him. Anyway, he play or in the bench or out of squad, always positive. And also he had a lot of experience coming from Sundowns, playing a lot of games, so we need this experience. Unfortunately for Cheslett, it was 2 points. The first point, it was a paper problem when we started the league. If you remember the 2 months, he was not able to play. And you know, when you play the league, when you start to playing games and the team is there and everything, so it's difficult for the player out of the team to give them some moment to play. Then he had two injury. It was the first injury 3 weeks or 1 month out. Then he came back 2 weeks with us. Then he gets a second injury. I think in the second way, Chestnut got time, got not a long time, but some time to play. He played the derby. He played Stellenbosch game. He played Richards Bay, I think, or if I'm not
yeah,
wrong,
yeah,
three games.
yeah.
Three games. Then also he had other injury, and he went out of the team. Then in this moment, Shabalala, if you remember these 5, 6 games or 5 games that we won, Shabalala was performing very well. Sirino coming from the bench every time was giving us what we ask him. So when the team is in the good way, and always as coaches, we try to keep the same squad. But I think just that he had a lot of quality. He can help the team. But like I said, it's between him and Chabalala, it's coaching point. The coach will decide. So some coaches they will prefer Chislett, and they are not wrong. Some of them, they will prefer Shabalala because it's finally choice. It's two quality different, and regarding what you expect from this position, that you will choose which player will play. Shinga, from our side, we think that same Shingai. When we started the league, I think in the preseason was always starting the friendly game. Then document issue out of the team. In this moment, Bradley Cross took the position, and he was performing very well. Paseka also was behind as a second solution, and also he was performing. And like I said, when you start to play, you he was number three, so it was Bradley Cross playing every time. Then Cross waiting in the bench. Then also he had some problem, a small problem about the weight. So he was when he get injury, he get injury. I think he came
Mm.
with no. When he was not playing, he was more. I had more extra weight. So in this moment, we decided to make individual work for him, then to be fit. Then it was some tactically problem that we try to fix it together. And personally, I had with him more than 5 or 6 meeting, analyzing training session, analyzing performance, analyzing, showing him some player from the high level about his position. And then, like I said, unfortunately, he got chance to play against Richards Bay, and it was also big injury for him, and he was out for 6 months. But I hope next season it will be the best season for him to perform. But like I said, it will be difficult because he will be in concurrence with one of player with playing World Cup now with Bafana Bradley Cross,
Mm.
with Paseka Mako, that big experience and good player. So, like I said, big team, you have to fight to win your position. It's not because you are coming from, I don't know which
Overseas.
league. Yeah, you expect that, no, I'm coming, I will play. No, you have to come, you have to fight to win your position.
What I'm getting from this whole conversation is that you are actually insinuating that the squad is too big to keep everyone happy. That's what you are saying. Um, and then also at the same time in saying that there are talented players that are coming that's pushing for DDC from DDC like Cabello, the left back. Like for example, we saw Aiden McCarthy. He was in the Chiefs first team surroundings from 17 years old. He's 22 now, and this is his breakthrough season. So it's not always that, they're going to get these opportunities and when they're ready, they need to take it. So, as a team that was almost 40 squad, how much do you think it needed to be cut down to? And are there players that are actually that we haven't seen yet from the DDC that are really pushing now?
So it's thank you for the question. I think it's one of the best question today. All the question is good, but this one is the best. I think from where we learn as the footballer, we take the decision is from the high level. If you see, I can send you the squad of Arsenal, Real Madrid, Manchester, any team you decide, you will find
PSG.
always the team. PSG, we decide that you will fight always in each position two player, two fullback right, two fullback left. It will be the squad 20 player plus five player. That's for example in the back line. That's one player he can play fullback right and center back. The other player fullback left and center back. One player in the middle and two player in front. One he can play winger, playmaker, or winger or striker. The second one like that plus the DDC player that they will be when you need them. They will come to make training session with you in case of injury. You can say that you need more squad, or if you don't need them, they will come back to play to make training with DDC. That's normally in the football how you feel the squad. But unfortunately, with us in South Africa, I feel like it's totally different. You will find squad of 36 or 40 players. 80% or 60% from the training session, it will be situation or 10v10. So how you expect to make 10v10 and you have 15 or 16 player waiting in the line? Okay, sometimes we make for them work, but you need finally to give all the players the same job and to give them the same
Attention.
attention. Yes, that I must attention, because if you are working with this player fullback right, the second fullback right, he need also the same moment, the same time, and the same attention. And you have the third, and you have number four. So it's impossible with the game. With you are playing a lot of games, you are preparing game, you are expecting to win games, you are expecting to prepare the plan of the game. So in this moment, you have 10 players that will play this game, and you have to give them more time, and you have to give them more attention. In the same moment, you will have 22 players out. You have to prepare for them work, and you have to give them attention. So I think it was tough, it's difficult. And finally, for example, we had seven striker. So if you want to make specific work, you need a minimum 30 minutes to give
Mm,
everyone the same moment.
mm,
It's difficult. And in the same moment, you are criticized because you don't give chance for the DDC player. So you have 36 player and you expect to add. So in your mind, you are waiting only to reduce the squad. And people know, they are thinking, "Oh, why you don't see about DDC? I have 36. I can't manage 36 players, man. How you expect me if I'm not able to finish the work and to manage the 36 player to go and to bring other player? The only solution is to have big technical staff that they can fix the job. But if you remember, it was only me and Cedric as a coaches, Majdi as a fitness coach, Elias as a keeper coach. So two people to manage 36 player, it's impossible. Fortunately, in the end of the season, last 2 months or 3 months, coach didn't chip it, come with us to help us. But like I said, it's not enough.
Two things. Are there any players from the DDC that are pushing now that could be like an Aiden? And secondly, one can argue that you can't have a squad the size of PSG and Arsenal and travel to Morocco and Congo and then South Africa and, the traveling fatigue and that type of thing. Is that not a factor?
Okay, for the first question, I think there is a lot of player. There is Paco, the midfielder, that he's close. Matlaba, the fullback left, is close. Naledi, he was with us, and also he's close to be part of the first team full. There is also two player. There is Imad. There is another player. I forget the name. He's playing winger right.
Okay.
And also, we expect that. I think in the report that we did for the board, that we discussed about the talent player that they can be part of the team. But like I said, the first thing that you have to make is to reduce. Then you will find the time for this player to give chance for this player, because with this squad, it's impossible to give this player time to play, because a younger player, they need more time, they need more training session to improve, to be fully part of the team. For the second question, I think I can send you Asfar Rabat squad, Al Wihdat squad, Esperance Sportif Tunis squad. You will find the same number, it's 26, 27 player. You will not
Mm.
find 35 or 36 player. They are from North Africa, we are from South Africa. All of them, they travel the same thing. Uh, it's moment in the game. It's more important in the year that we'll had a lot of game, but in this moment, it's more important how you manage the travel, how you manage the player, how you manage the load. It's very important because, like I said, you can have 30 player, but if you don't manage properly the travel, you don't manage properly the load, the training session, you will have 20 injury. But if you can have 20 player, but if you are managing very well the load, the traveling, the recovery session, and everything, you can't continue with this 20 player.
Last question before I let you go. Since you are saying that the current squad might not be able to fight for the league and the Confederations Cup, how many signings do you think they need? Serious signings, big signings do they need in order to genuinely challenge? And then I'll let you go.
Four,
Four.
four player.
So
But
defender,
four play.
midfield, striker.
No, no,
Oh.
I can't say the position. But
Okay.
for a player
Top.
ready to play top, ready to play and to perform. There is one team in South Africa. They sign with a striker.
Mm.
He come Sunday. He meet with the player 2 days. Then he want to play game. He score two goals. Even the
Yes.
name of his teammates he don't know.
Yes.
That's That's the quality that you need. You bring
Okay.
someone ready to play and to give you what you expect for him. Not you bring a player to prepare him in some period he will be able to play. Because last thing, Maboya, when we bring him, we spend with him 3 months or 4 months to prepare him. Igador, we bring him, he was not fit, and we get a lot of injury. Uh, lot of players I don't want to continue to discuss. You spend a lot of time, but in this time, already the PSL is starting, and the teams they are making point, and the gap it's open step by step. So if you are not able to perform. I said for the board last time, the squad, 95% of the squad must be ready before you travel to the camp to Germany. You
Mm.
can't travel to the camp and with 50% because it was one of the problem. I think the
In
first season when we
Netherlands.
yeah, we only went to Spain before. We went to
Mm.
Spain. We went to Spain without Fiki, without Miguel, without Cirino, without Bradley Cross, without Dortley, without Ashley Duprisi because injury. It was 7 or 8 players who start the league. The first game when we played against Marumo Gallants, they wasn't with us in the camp. Same last season. We went to Netherlands without my boy, without Ndlovu because they come late. And 60% of the player that we expect they will start the league, it was document or paper issue. If you remember, we started the league. Silva can't play. Paseka can't play. No, Paseka injury. Ethan can't play. Shinga can't play. Maboy and Love was still not fit. And we start with Naledi and the DDC player. But like I said, the most important thing that's before the team leave to South Africa to Germany, 90% or 95% from the player that you expect they will play the first game, they must be in the camp. Then you prepare properly and you continue to work.
Thank you very much, Coach. I really appreciate all your
You are
honesty,
welcome.
your ability to speak so freely. One more. We have 1 minute. Everybody wants to know, why were you so rude to the media?
No, I'm not rude. Yeah, I'm more than kind with you. No, I'm
Was it stress? Was
very
it stress?
no. Really, there is two kind of person. I will ask you
Mm,
one question.
mm.
If every time I come to meet with you to ask you the same question, what you feel? I swear there is
Frustration,
three people.
frustration, frustration.
There is three people.
Mm.
Before, when they take the permission to discuss, I know the question. They can
Yeah,
say,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
don't ask, I will answer you. So every time he come, Bartman, where is coach?
Yes, yes,
Velabai, where
yes.
is coach? Where
Yes,
is
yes,
Bartman,
yes.
coach? Where is we saw from the high level, the press conference after the game, you have to come to debate the coach about the choice,
Mm,
about the
mm,
game.
mm,
People that
mm.
come to ask you, where is Tabusele? He's
Yeah,
in
yeah.
his home.
Yes, yes, yes.
Where is Tabusele? Ask me about the game. Ask me
Yeah,
about the substitution. Ask me about the model
sure.
game, about the plan of the game. We can debate in that. People